For problem 3, we want to determine which of the following is most likely in the example for the obesity problem. Either we take a random sample of 5 people, or we take a random sample of 25 people, or we take a random sample of 250 people, and we find that their proportion is more than 40%. Now, the sampling distribution should follow the same general characteristics of the population, which means that we should have a center value at 0.36 for all of our distributions. So whether we have a sample of size 5 or a sample of size 25 or a sample of size 250, we should end up having all 3 of these distributions centered at 0.36. However, when n equals 5, we will have a larger spread. And if you think about the distribution's standard deviation, we can see that from the equation. But you can also think of it as how much you would expect something to change if we only know 5 people's opinions. Or if we know 25 people's opinions, it's not expected to be that much different from center. And if we know 250 people's opinions on something, then we've got a very, very small spread. Now, the center of each one of these, as I mentioned, is 0.36. The value of 40, we might not necessarily know exactly where it falls, but we could guesstimate where it might be. So maybe this is the value for 40% in the n equals 5 problem. But if we follow that same logic, then that means the n equals 25 problem would have this as its 40%. And then the n equals 250 would have this as its 40% marker. Now, when the distribution gets skinnier, values that are further away from the center tend to be less and less likely to occur. So we would expect something like 40% to come about when n equals 5, but not when it is n equals 50. So the most likely to occur here would be A.